Nice. Us girls need to work together. Love it. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Originals. Today we'll be watching episode 2 of season 1, House of the Rising Sun. I am super excited to have started the Originals the entire season. I am very excited to continue on, and now that we know that Klaus is gonna be a baby daddy, I am super excited to see how this is going to work out for him. But we know that, he wants to get back New Orleans and, of course, show who's in power. Now that Marcel has gotten control of the town, we need to make sure that, by we, I mean Klaus needs to make sure that he knows who's boss, really. And he daggered Elijah because that's his one weakness that Marcel could exploit. So, sick move, by the way. And at the same time, I understand what Klaus did, but I don't like it because, well, it's Elijah. So let's see what this episode is all about. And then, of course, we have to make sure that Haley is safe and that the house that she's in, she can, of course, be safe and have the baby. But yeah, I can't believe there's going to be a baby Michelson. So let's see what that's all about. And also, there is another thing that I noticed in the previous episode. So, you know how in the Originals, the episode 20 of season 4 in Vampire Diaries, we saw that Elijah and Klaus were in the cemetery, right? And in the previous episode of the Originals, we saw that since the cemetery is a sacred place for the witches, that Elijah had to be invited in by a witch. When we saw Klaus enter, he wasn't invited in. He was just in. How is that possible? I mean, you have to actually invite someone in. It's not that because Elijah was in, Klaus can now come in. Unless it's something to do with bloodline or something like that. I'm not sure. Because if it was the case where a vampire can come in, that means Marcel can come in. And that's not what they're trying to do. So how was Klaus? I mean, I didn't see him being invited in. He just came straight in, if I recall correctly. So that's something that got me thinking, like, how was that possible? And now also Marcel has the one thing that the witches need, because they are not intent on killing Marcel because he's just a vampire. So they have Davina, who is also a witch, but seems to be working for Marcel or helping Marcel. So I'm not sure what that deal is all about. So let's see what the episode is, episode 2. And hopefully maybe Rebecca is here, because we did see her leave off in episode 23 in graduation, and then of course she made an appearance in episode 1 of season 5. Then after that she's not been there, so I'm not sure in terms of timeline where we are in this episode. But let's not wait any further. Let's see what this episode is all about. Wow.
This is how I keep my guys happy. The occasional all-you-can-eat buffet. My night walkers love it. Got them working hard trying to earn one of these daylight rings. Can't kill them all. Too many folks go missing. Tourism drops. So we heal them with a little vamp blood. Erase their memory, send them on their way. No muss, no fuss.
Rebecca, welcome!
You're that werewolf girl my brother Klaus knocked up. I was expecting to see some kind of supernatural miracle baby bump. Guess you're not showing yet.
You have your brother's manners.
And his temper too. So watch it.
Klaus, get out here and tell me what you've done with that brother, you narcissistic, backstabbing wanker!
Enough with all the shouting.
I remember finding a moment of affection with the governor's son, Emil.
Nicholas, there is no hope for you, is there?
You would do well to...
Don't. Dipshit! The governor's doing this for you.
Elijah told me your plan to take apart Marcel's empire piece by piece.
Marcel has somehow found a way to control the entirety of witches in the quarter, and I aim to uncover the how so I might take it for myself.
You think Klaus killed him?
Dagger
He
them.
can't be killed, silly girl. That doesn't stop Klaus from finding ways to torture us. Here's a set of mystical silver daggers. One in the heart sends us into a deep slumber.
As long as I'm carrying this baby, I can't leave New Orleans. If I do, they kill me.
Well, knowing Klaus is planning a box for you the second you give birth to whatever's cooking in your tum.
Sophie, what's up? Whoa, dude. Oh, Rebecca,
Sophie
alright.
Devereaux. My brother Elijah told me about you. Know who I am?
Yeah, I can't use magic. It's punishable by death. Marcel's rules.
Marcel, what do you think I'm going to do to you if you don't give me what I want?
Not much. We practice ancestral magic. This cemetery is filled with the remains of our witch ancestors. Without access to them, we're powerless. If we run, we're leaving our legacy behind.
I'm here for Elijah. The instant I find him, I'm gone. He was the one who idiotically believed this baby would be Niklaus's redemption. Marcel is not just some guy that Klaus turned into a vampire. Klaus loved him like a son.
What? Oh, that's what he said from the whips. Oh my god. Was that a rock?
About Marcellus.
Marcellus?
It comes from Mars, the god of war.
I thought it was Kratos.
Means little warrior.
Oh my god, like his son.
All you've done is bring back together two long-lost souls. Without Elijah between them, who knows what they'll do?
She's a work in progress.
And yet here you are, pining over her when you should be eating her for lunch. Well, she must be special. He's been a little bit depressed. Can't keep his mind off a girl. He tells me she's a queen, fit for a king.
Be a nice guy, and maybe the opportunity will present itself someday.
Which crushed aconite flower?
Wolf's bane? It's a poison. We're gonna kill a wolf? Just a little one.
You want to kill the baby?
Cut it with chosen weed, a few drops in some hot tea. That should do it.
I don't know how anyone's gonna feel about this.
Want to gain points? Tell Marcel there's a werewolf in the corner.
Damn, girl! I said damn! How could you?
Get over it, Josh. It's not like I had a choice. You would have done the same thing, but you're such a little thing.
Oh my god, that's psychotic.
I'm gonna marry you someday.
What?
I would never marry someone who couldn't best me in a duel. Another lesson?
Eh? You're joking, right? No! No, Rebecca, come on. Holy shit.
Rebecca Michelson. Come to teach me another lesson?
Your life means something to me. Give me the privilege of honesty, or that will cease to be the case.
I like her. I have begged you to turn me into a vampire.
And I told you I will turn you when you're ready.
If I find out you know where Elijah is, you needn't fear Klaus. I'll kill you myself.
Okay, I'm not at all okay with Marcel and Rebecca being a thing. That looks, I don't know, it sounds weird.
You're a dick. You know that. Why don't you tell me your sister's back in town? Maybe that it was her who killed my guys.
Doubtful. Unless that biker bar is frequented by small-town high school quarterbacks, I can't imagine she'd be interested.
I don't have time for Michelson family drama. You're my guest. Keep your sister in line.
With a greater chance of draining the Mississippi with a straw.
Please go. It's Haley, you know this.
I have had it up to here with vampires telling me what to do.
Now that is no way to treat a pregnant lady.
Love. Rebecca,
This is
Love.
why I needed a spy. Someone on the inside with me who Marcel would never suspect. So I created a day zero and got there first.
Hey!
He's a bad boy, right? Like you.
What the freak is
Right now, I
happening?
only need good in my life, not someone who's
Tragically wounded and damaged by demons he can't escape. I'm gonna drain him of the vein. Compel him to believe his mates found religion and moved to Utah so that he can explain to Marcel why he lost 3 more vampires tonight.
Oh my god!
Nick! Keep your hands off her. She is pregnant, for God's sake.
It's okay to care. That's all Elijah was trying to do, all he's ever wanted for you.
I gave Elijah to Marcel.
What?
Gain Marcel's trust. Dismantle his empire. Honor Elijah's wish that that baby be born.
I appreciate what you did there. Us girls have got to look out for each other. Emil wasn't the only boyfriend of mine that Klaus killed. He did it again and again every time I found someone to care about. No one was ever good enough for his little sister until one day someone was.
Did I not warn you?
I beg of you! He's not like any other. You saw it in him from the very first day. You saved him. Protected him.
Unbelievable.
You, dear sister, need a lesson in what you can and cannot take from me.
Whoa, what the frick, Haley? Wow. Alright, I like this Haley and Rebecca pair. Nice. Us girls need to work together. Love it.
Tell me where Elijah is.
What the hell is going on? Tell me where he is or I will kill you.
But she can kill her. Got it.
Let her go. You won. I'll take you to see Elijah.
I wouldn't do that. Who the hell are you?
Davina.
This Davina is no joke.
It's 1887, Rebecca. You've been daggered for 52 years. He could choose to undagger you and live out the rest of his human days with you, or I could turn him instead, as he's always wanted, in exchange for giving you up.
Just like this town is mine, Davina's mine, and Elijah is mine until I feel like giving him back. What was once yours, what was once your brother's, it's now mine. And don't ever touch Cammy again.
I'm beginning to think we're a lot alike. You and I, we're both cast-offs who've learned to fight when we're backed into a corner.
Oh, okay, that way.
It's time to fight, little wolf. But he stamps everywhere.
Oh, that's
It's
okay.
not for Marcel. It's for Michelson.
Oh,
A girl, Davina. She's not just any witch. She's something I've never seen before. Something beyond powerful. And now, because of you, she has Elijah.
Where is she?
She worked my memory of the location.
How long until his hope for your redemption finally dies?
I did what I had to do. Marcel took our
And
home.
our home is worthless without family.
Which is why I need to ask you for a favor. I'm gonna need you to figure out how we kill an original.
there is no way in hell that is happening, because first of all, the show is called The Originals, not Marcel and Davina's diabolical plan. And second, I am sure they are going to be smart enough to figure out what the hell their deal is, and I mean, in a way, retake their town back. But this episode, yo, my lord, wow, what an episode! This Davina is no joke. She is like a very powerful witch, and who's what, no more than 16 years old, and she was able to remove the memory of the location where the coffin was. That is insanely smart. Well, definitely, if she can, like, if they can tell Sophie and the witch crew about Davina, maybe, because she's been like, whatever, how do you say, whatever witchcraft she uses, that magic she uses, maybe Sophie and her crew can sense it, right? I remember her saying that when she was doing something with the fire or with the candlelight, that the witches can sense my magic whenever I use it, or something like that, something where they can sense her. So maybe they can find out or locate where she is. Maybe, but she will also know that they're trying to locate her. That's the thing. She can also sense what they are doing, if they're using any magic to find her or try to use it on her, link her, anything. We're smart. But yeah, so I'm not sure how, but I think the witches are the only way they can figure out what they can do. Maybe it can temporarily, maybe, you know, make her non-witch, like that she cannot use her magic, like how they did with Bonnie, like Luca's father, like he removed her power completely and then gave it back. But I don't know if that's like a physical thing, you need to be there to do it, or you can, you know, do it from another part of the area. So just like that, because yeah, that's my assumption as to where it could go and how you can find Elijah in the end. But that was insane. All right, and also the other thing, I am not a whole lot of okay with Marcel and Rebecca. I'm being very honest. I understand he looks really good. He's a very hot guy, 100% yes. I actually do like Marcel. I like his character, even if he is a douche, but I like him. Like, he's got a good agenda. I understand why he's doing whatever he's doing. He's got the town. He had a very tough childhood. We saw that, and I remember when Klaus mentioned about the whip thing, and now it comes to sense, and you know, all of that. I completely understand that he's gone through that, and I believe he at one point in time he really did want to marry Rebecca. But when, you know, the thing is that when they said that Klaus took him as a son, raised him as his own, immediately that thought process goes to my mind, thinking that, you know, oh, so that means Rebecca's your auntie. And, you know, I mean, yes, they're vampires, you know, like, it doesn't matter. Age is not even a thing. It's just not right. Like, I don't see it, and I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, like, okay, I understand if they, at that age, like when Marcel grew up and, you know, they had a one-night thing that was just stupid, but it looked like they were in love. And that's what, when Rebecca said, it feels different, please don't do it and whatnot. It did feel different for her, and it did feel different for him, because he did say when he was young. That's the thing, when he said it when he was young, like when they were fencing, that I'm going to marry you someday. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one, I'm overthinking it or something, but I feel uncomfortable with that. It looks really weird for me, from my perspective. I mean, if he was that age and met Rebecca at the same time, then okay, yeah, like, wow. But it's just the fact that Klaus took him as his son, and of course, even though he's not actually his son, but just, you know, the thought that you are my son and that's your auntie, that's your brother, stuff like that, I just don't see how it could work. Or yeah, that's my thing. But I mean, hey, when in New Orleans you can. But so we saw the weakness of Marcel is Camille. Maybe that is why he spared her in the first episode, when he went down and saw Camille walking down on the streets. I genuinely thought that when we saw Camille, like, by the art guy, like when the guy was painting, I was like, oh, Marcel didn't kill her or like do something to her. So he spared her, which means that she's caught his eye. And yeah, that was insane. So, and also we saw Klaus's plans from the start, like to convince that, you know, he's got, like, you know, basically clearing up the mess that Elijah may have made or Rebecca may have made, just so that, you know, he could be one step ahead of Marcel, so that he can gain his trust and then ultimately take it back. Makes sense. Like, that entire scene was like, wow, that is, I was more impressed. I was like, wow, how were you able to do this? Like, how were you able to pull it off with Marcel's crew non-stop keeping a vigilant eye on you? So yeah, but here's the thing. I just feel that, you know, the threat that Marcel, I know he's got an entire town under his grasp. He is now the king. He is now the protector of this town, and he does whatever he pleases. I mean, he's got the werewolves out of the town. He's got the witches not practicing any magic. And even if they do, it's punishable by death. Got it. Like, that's really good. But that, they are not as powerful as, say, an original vampire. So I just feel like, you know, sometimes the threats that they make to an original vampire seem a bit off. I'm like, really, you threaten an original? It's exactly how you guys mentioned. Remember when Elena and Jeremy somehow were able to kill Cole? How is it possible they did that to an original vampire? It's just like, I understand because they're very powerful and they have been around for a long time. So, I mean, I think the key to breaking this is definitely Davina, which is why he said, I need you to find out how to kill an original, or, a weapon or some sort. So definitely he doesn't know that there is a weapon, a dagger. And the last time I recall, we saw that the dagger was with, I think, Klaus, when Elijah gave it back to Klaus. So we know that it's with Klaus, but unless somehow Davina is able to figure out that there is a dagger under Klaus's possession that they can use to kill an original, that is crazy. I mean, I'm not sure how it will work or how she would do it, but very much she can do it. But yeah, this was an exciting episode. I'm super happy to continue. I'm very excited to continue episode 3. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please don't forget to wear a mask and stay safe for your friends and family. I'll see you guys in episode 3. Bye!